may be just a little bit higher. And so this Saturday from 10 to 2 at the City County Park, if you would like to book a pool party, or if you want to sign your kids up for swim lessons, or if you want to buy a pass for this year, a single pass or a family pass, our staff will be out there signing everyone up. So we want them to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So we can do that.
Good. That's a great deal. And I know also, Steve, not only, I mean, the City County Park is a great resource for this county. And people don't, a lot of people, they'll say, well, yeah, there's a pool out there. You have a pavilion facility. I know the Ham Radio Club, each and every June, we use it. Yeah. You have, years ago, we had all the great softball tournaments out there, and it'd be cool to see that. Now, maintaining those fields is something too, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And that's one thing we've kind of, we're trying to, work closely with the Youth Incorporated about using the fields out there. And, like I tell people before, they say, well, we can't venture out into the fields until we get some revenue coming from our pool. And, and people think, well, we're going to raise the prices and because we need to do this. Well, obviously, the park is not in the best of shapes. Right. And we're trying to get it to where it's an attraction and not an eyesore.
Right.
And so we're doing those things, and we're trying to do those. Obviously, it may take a little while to get it done, but it's been good. A lot of times that we find ourselves that, especially with our employees, let me just speak briefly about them.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
We have 15 employees out there, and I say employees, we're talking lifeguards.
Right.
What people don't understand is that they have to be certified before they can get on the stand. They have to be certified in lifeguard, they have to be certified in CPR, and they have to be certified in first aid. God forbid we have to use any of those.
Right.
But they have to be on the stand.
Sure.
And this is a cost to them. So it's a commitment that these kids are making, and it's over a 2-year period. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. And so we understand that if they want to do that, then they may be committed to their job. And obviously, their job the main thing is to watch over the pool and keep everybody safe. We're talking young kids from 15 and a half all the way up to 18. I've got a couple of college kids that are coming back. And it's good to have those kids come back, and so we're looking at things like that to do that. Now, I will say this. If people have tried to call the phone number at the park, which is 270-365-7811, and they haven't been able to reach someone, it's due because we've had some phone issues, and obviously without saying the name of the phone company, and you can just figure out that now for yourself. We just finally got it fixed yesterday, so we encourage those that have tried to call. We apologize for the inconvenience, but you can start calling now. There is an answer machine out there, and if you'll leave the message on there, our staff will call whenever we're out there. Obviously, we're working so much that we try to answer most of the calls, and probably Saturday, some of the supervisors will go through it and answer the phone calls and try to get it back on the list.
Always your staff, when I've been out there to events, whether it's been a party or some sort of event, I know I've been out with several schools, staff is always great. They're always, whether they're on the stand or just co-mingling with the kids. My kids learned to swim out there. I had swim lessons out there. They do a fantastic job, and I know that it is important that these kids, that it becomes like an every summer thing, doesn't it? They worked at the pool, and then they're going to come back and do their summer job at the City County Park pool.
Well, and Ty, you said that. When they get certified, it's good for 2 years.
Okay.
And so, obviously, it's an advantage for us that, hopefully they come back the second year.
Sure.
And then after 2 years, then they have an option. Do they move on for something else, or do they get recertified for 2 more years?
Right.
And fortunately, we've had we've had 6 that did that. They've been with me for 2 years, and this will be their 3rd year, and they got recertified. So, is it a job that I guess these teenagers or young adults would want to have and put on their resume, a lifeguard? I'm not sure, where that's going, but they have, and so I'm much appreciative of that. For I forget the hours at the park,
yes.
Monday through Saturday from 11 to 5, and then on Sunday we're open from 1:30 to 5. Now we have the opportunities to book pool parties, like I said a while ago, and night swims. Night swims are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 9. And then we have pool parties on the other days, Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And feel free if you want something. If you got a child that wants to have a birthday party out there, we encourage that. We want them to use the facility. And everything, it should be in the newspaper. And plus, if they go out there Saturday, then when they sign up, then the supervisors will give them a piece of paper and have all the information on there.
Okay.
And so that's one way that we can generate more revenue for the park, and then hopefully get some things done out there. But yes, I was out there this morning again trying to get more water in the pool. And of course, if you can imagine this, our big pool takes 320 gallons of water. And
wow.
So I've been putting water in it for the last 15 hours, and hopefully we're about 2 feet away. And then obviously, what doesn't help is the trees around there. As you know, as people that have allergies right now, there's pollen in the air.
Yes.
Well, obviously, there's one pool out there that seems like every tree on Dawson Road, all the pollen blows into that. So that's a little burden right now that we have to keep all that in. And so we try to keep it clean until we can get all the water put in and things like that. So, we encourage people. And you mentioned something a while ago about our park. We do have 2 softball fields out there. I don't know why they do this, but we got some teams coming from Clarksville, Tennessee that host tournaments. We've already had 3 or 4 this year.
Yeah.
The first one was in the end of February, if you can imagine that.
Wow.
But it's a co-ed softball tournaments, and they come from Clarksville to play. And I asked a gentleman one time, I said, why are y'all coming from Clarksville? And they said, well, we like this facility. And I said, really? I mean, don't they have softball fields in Clarksville or somewhere close to you all? They said, we just like coming to Princeton. And
that's awesome.
That's a great thing. And
that is a great thing.
In fact, the next 2 weekends, this Saturday and next Saturday, we're hosting 2 more tournaments out here, and both teams are coming from Clarksville.
That's awesome.
And we've had 3 tournaments canceled due to the weekend weather, and it hasn't been good. So there's revenue we're losing that we can put back into our account, and then we can use it as needed. But we're trying to do the best we can. I say we. It's not just everybody in this community. Trying to keep our fields updated, trying to be sure that things have gone on. And you'll probably see a difference in our bleachers this year. I had talked to vocational school in accordance with Mickey Bayer, and we're going to put rails up around it.
Okay.
A lot of times those bleachers are pretty tall. And, we don't want to see some small kid jumping around and falling off. So he's in the process of making those for us. And we're going to install those ourselves. And that way we can at least assure the parents of hopefully there's no major accidents out there and go from there. But, yes, we're looking for help in a lot of different ways. Monetary, obviously, is a great thing. But if not, you can use your money. We're trying to partner with Times Leader on banners to put up around the park, and there'll be more information put out as soon as we gather it from Times Leader that they can sponsor their business or club or organization, whatever it may be, for a fee, and then we can display those during the summer.
Wow!
That way, people can see who is a sponsor.
Right.
And so, if you're encouraged. If you feel like you need to do that, then obviously you can call the pool and let them know, or I think that they may have put my phone number in the paper, and you can call me, or somebody can get a hold of things, and we can get that taken care of. But we're excited. Before I forget, I think you were a part of that as well. The Optimus Club just had their radio auction
That's
here
correct.
last week,
Yeah,
and
they
it
did.
was a good thing. And I was contacted by one of the members and said, hey, we want to sponsor a pool day. And I said, you want to do what? They said, we want to sponsor a pool day. And I said, great. And I'm not saying that because I'm thinking the income. I'm thinking, wow, what a group that's going to sponsor young kids that may not have the opportunity to come out there and swim. So the day that I set up with the Optimist is May the 27th. It's on a Saturday from 11 to 5. The only thing you will have to do, and this is what I talked over with the person that had called me about it, is we would Optimus Club would love to pay for everybody, but we know we got to draw a line somewhere. So we decided 18 and under, high school students, seniors and below. Then what they will do, everybody signs their name to come in, and unfortunately for those that are 19 and above, you'll have to pay their regular admission.
Right.
And so, but the Optimus Club is going to sponsor that particular day. Now, obviously, with the weather, if it doesn't work on the 27th, then we'll fall back on the next weekend.
Okay.
And so I just want to be sure and put that out there.
Yeah.
That, we don't want to take away from our dollar day and things like that. We want people to come out and visualize our pool. Hopefully it draws more. And when I say draws more, we still have a group coming from Hopkinsville. They call me every February and want to book a group that comes over, and it's called the Hopkinsville Rec Department. And Miss Nunn is very, very, very helpful in having kids come over there. And they come over 6 times in 6 weeks.
Wow.
And they bring anywhere from, I'm going to say, 55 to 75 kids. So that's
Isn't
good.
that cool?
That,
Yeah.
That they provide, and they love coming to Princeton, and we love hosting them in a lot of different ways. And so they take care of their group. And there's another school that they haven't contacted me yet, but I know they will during the summer. They don't quite bring as much, but that's an opportunity that Princeton can provide.
Yes.
And that's what we're looking for. And obviously we want to do our community, but if we can reach out to other communities that may not be fortunate enough to have what little we have, and we can provide for them, that's what we're supposed to do, I guess.
Awesome. Well, I tell you, lots of good stuff going on out there, and I know we mentioned the swim lessons. You will be doing that for this year as well. Your staff will be doing swim lessons
That's
in
correct.
June.
And they will sign up on Saturday for that too, Ty.
Okay.
And we have swim lessons from in the mornings from 10 to 10:50, and for those that can't make it, then we provide from 5 to 5:50, and it's a 50-minute lesson. We're not the greatest teachers, I guess, but we have some things that we want to teach those kids. Mainly the thing about keeping their head underwater. A lot of times the kids are scared.
My kids learned there.
Yeah.
And I mean, they did. And I appreciated your staff there.
That's one of the things that I tell our staff when we do that. The first day is always the toughest day because grandma, grandpa, or moms or dads, oh my goodness, my kids may, if they'll just let us try to do what we can.
Right.
And I challenge our lifeguards, let the first day just sit on the steps with them and just be their friend.
Right.
For a few minutes. Let them get accustomed to you, and then gradually get them in the water. You may have to do some things with them. And last year we had a 2.5-year-old kid, and we've had some all the way up to 8 and 9.
Yeah.
And so, and our kids get a blessing out of it too, because every day when they come back, they want that same lifeguard. Well, we try not to have the same lifeguard for every kid. We want kids to get used to different lifeguards.
Sure.
And so, it's a provide thing that we try to do for them. And also, we have adult swim. In the last couple of years, we haven't had many, but we've had a few to come out. And, of course, the lifeguard's always on duty when adult swim is, and that's usually the time that we do our swim lessons. We have lifeguards there. So we kind of implemented that into them coming out. So we encourage those, at that particular time at 10 a.m. On the day's set, to come out and just do whatever they want to do in the water. I mean, and hopefully that they don't, we don't interfere with them, and obviously they don't with our kids training. But the few people that have came over the last couple of years, they have enjoyed doing it. Of course, me and you could probably go out there and get a swim in too or something like that. So
I need to.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's pretty much everything. I've covered everything in a nutshell, I guess, so to speak. But like I said, we encourage everyone to be a part of the community, whether it's coming out and giving a hand, or just being a part of it by maybe purchasing a sign and letting us display it for people to see that they're a sponsor of it. At least it lets the community know, yes, this whatever is sponsoring everyone. So hopefully the weather, it will stay 100 degrees May the 22nd through August the 10th.
Yes, and let's emphasize this early birds. There won't be swimming on the 13th.
No.
It's just sign-ups and some discounts for passes and for annual season passes and that kind of thing.
That's correct.
Okay.
Like I said, we're open from 10 to 2, and that's when everybody gets a chance to come out and sign up for whatever they want to do. And yes, I think the Times leader is going to come out and take a picture of all of our employees that are able to be there, and just let the community know. I know that particular lifeguard, and it may generate some more business, and things like that. But if God forbid it does happen, but if there's an issue during the course of the season, please let a supervisor know. Please just don't go to a lifeguard and let us handle it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we're dealing with probably 16 to 18-year-old kids, and we encourage that. There's always a supervisor there.
Sure.
If you can just let them know. And of course, we have a concession stand, and we try to provide with whatever's selling. That's what we try to get, but and keep it going. But just please come out and support the City County Park with everything this summer, and we encourage everybody to do that.
Well, Steve, we appreciate your efforts and the park board's efforts. It's like I said, you do a lot of what you can with not a whole lot.
Yeah.
And if you want a sponsorship or you want to help the City County Park or be a part of it, contact Steve, and he will point you in the right direction. Anything we can do for you here at WPKY The Tiger, well, we want to do that as well.
Well, I mean, and it was mentioned a while ago. I mean, we want to try to get more kids out there, and like we had talked about earlier, Ty, that there may be some free day passes coming your way.
Yes, yes.
And please take advantage of that, because like I said, whenever I go out there in the mornings early, people say, you can't compete with local parks around your area. No, we can't. But what can we compete with is when we see kids on Dawson Road walking or riding a bicycle carrying a bag.
Yeah.
To me, that's what it's about.
Yes,
that's
sir.
what it's about. I mean, obviously we want to stay above water, so to speak. But we see those kids that can't go to these area parks, and and they have more stuff than us, and everybody knows that. But we try to make the park look as good as we can with, like what you said, with what we got.
For some kids, that's Disney World out there.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
Yeah. And like I said, it's a nice summer job. Didn't know I would be in this situation 6 years later, but I am. Until it gets up and running the way I feel like the community wants it, and then we'll just keep doing what we can.
You've had some stumbling blocks though, and you've overcome them, and
we've had a lot of help from a lot of our governments, especially last year by installing the new liner in the pool, and that just keeps us from having to repaint every year. And of course, I've got contractors coming this morning. They're checking our pump, because our pump hadn't been running since last, September till now. And so we've got a contractor coming to be sure everything is up and running, and hope that doesn't cause a kink in our plans. But we just can't put water in the pool too soon, because a water bill is going to be extremely high anyway. But that's the reason we got to work things on time frame. We can't start putting water in the pool in March, and then we got to buy chemicals. And of course, chemicals are not given free. For those that have a pool in your backyard, you understand what I'm talking about. And so there's a lot of areas that we try to cover, and we try to set up things. And so hopefully May the 22nd will be a starting of a great summer.
Awesome. Steve, again, thank you for your efforts and the City County Park Board. And you listeners out there, stay tuned, because we're probably going to have some passes probably to give away and get some kids an opportunity to get out there to that pool and have a great summer at City County Park. Thank you so much, sir. You have a great day, and we'll see you at the pool.
Okay, sounds great.
Have a good one.
All right, buddy.
Thank you.